Remo Stars leaders don't outscore them in goals and goal difference. Drama doesn't get tighter than this, Joy. I am Doki Skoki, your lead commentator, and for some color today is Joy Ojiabulu. We're expecting something, a cracker here, if you ask me.
Expecting a crack and expecting some rainfall for the very first time since we started the NWFL Premiership Super 6 in Ikene. It's going to most likely be a rainy day on a match day. It's not colorful. Maybe the only thing colorful it's maybe the seats, the pitch, and maybe my nails. If you can see it, those are the only things colorful here. But when the players file out for these games today, I'm sure that everywhere would erupt in so much drama. I'm here for the drama, and of course, we're here to bring it to you right at the comfort of your homes, your offices, wherever you're watching us from.
That's exactly what we are looking to do today. We've already said it's the first time in the Super Six that we're having 4 teams jostle for one title. Nasarawa would have the better chance, depending, of course, a victory here. Just a goal will lead them to the title. Edo Queens are also in the
win,
mix as well.
Actually, not just
win,
a goal.
A win. That is like if they just go like a win, one goal, it's all that they need to see them to the title. There is also Remo Stars latest somewhere alongside Bioso Queens, so there is a lot to stake here as the players will be looking to file out and get business done here, because only 2 of the past 11 champions have finished 3rd in the regular season, and they did win the league. That is Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens, and they are also here as well.
Definitely, and I mentioned before we came on air, I mentioned the fact that it's going to be really heartbreaking for Bayelsa Queens should they miss out on this one, because they can see it in front of them once again, just like they missed out in front of home fans in Yenogwa the last time. And if that happens again, it's going to be heartbreak for 2 consecutive seasons. And right now, even if they go on to win by a very huge margin, their coach, talking about White Ugunda, mentioned it during his post-match interview, and looking forward to this game. He mentioned it that he hopes that result works elsewhere, because even if they go on to score 20 goals against Nigeria Turtles, a win for Nasarawa Amazons here today would make sure that that is pointless. So yes, looking forward to all of the games.
Absolutely.
I mean, like I said, drama incoming.
Drama. This is the NWFL standing and how things look, with Nasarawa Amazons leading the lines at 8 points, like we already talked about, and the other teams, Edo Queens, Bioso Queens, and Remo Stars leaders in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th places on the log do have themselves 7 points. So everything is at stake here, because Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens, both of them, will face off in the most important tie today. Nasarawa Amazons, of course, they did so in 2014, and Edo did so in 2024, where both teams, of course, finished just 3rd on the regular season log. Well, should they win today, that's Nasarawa Amazons, it will be the 2nd time Nasarawa Amazons would clinch the league title, having finished the regular season in 3rd place. So everything will not talk now. Oh my word, that is crazy. And what happened to the headsets? We're not going to pin it today, because the headsets give us that. This is problem. Well, good afternoon from Ikene, Ogun State, and welcome to the grand finale of the 2024-2025 NWFL Premiership Super 6. The title is within touching distance, but is not yet in anyone's grasp. 4 teams, 3 matches, and 1 league title. And here at the Remo Star Stadium, 2 of the strongest contenders, Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens, are locked in what could be the defining battle of this remarkable season. Well, the permutations are tight. Nasarawa Amazons lead the table with 8 points. Victory guarantees them, of course, here the title. Edo Queens just 1 point behind, must win and hope that Bayelsa Queens or Remo Stars latest don't outscore them in goals and goal difference. But drama doesn't get tighter than this, as I am your lead commentator, Dr. Skoki, and for some color, of course, I would have Joy or Jabule, but we'll get to you shortly as we're looking at the standings right about now. Nasarawa Amazons are at the top of the log with 8 points, and we say a victory here for them is all that they need to win the title. And in second place, Edo Queens with 7 points, Bayelsa Queens in third with 7 points. And most Stars leaders also have themselves 7 points, and Rivers Angels are in the 5th place with 4 points. And Geratos are the only team so far not to get themselves a point. They haven't won any games so far, Joey.
Oh, hi, Lucas. It's great to be here doing this with you on this final day. And we're better than to bring all the drama than with you on this very final day. The grand finale of this particular one. Talking about all the games going down later on this afternoon, as we're about seconds away from kickoff, looking so much like a battle of the fittest, the battle of the smartest, and those who have luck on their side, because you can do everything possibly right today and end up not winning at the end of the day. Take for instance Bayelsa Queens, whose fate depends on their game and also that of the game we're currently going to be watching live on the screens today, talking about that between Nasarawa Amazons, because just one goal or a win for Nasarawa Amazons means that whatever happens in that game between Bayelsa and of course Nigeria Rattles would be inconsequential, and it would be a very big heartbreak for Bayelsa Queens, going back-to-back seasons, coming very, very close to winning it and losing it on the final day. So it's a lot to look out for in this particular one. Looking forward to so much drama coming up later on.
Well, only 2 of the past 11 champions have finished 3rd in the regular season and won the league. And those 2 teams, Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens, both of them will face off today in the most important tie today. For Nasarawa Amazons, they did so in 2014 and 2024, both while finishing 3rd. Should they win today, it would be the 2nd time Nasarawa Amazons would clinch the league title, having finishing the regular season in 3rd place. And once again, look like history written itself here in the Ghana.
Looks like history repeats itself, but it will be decided after 90 minutes of regular time, and of course at a time in all 3 match venues. All will be happening at the Remo Star Stadium right here. We're currently going to be seeing the one between Amazons and Edo Queens on the main bowl, while the other pitches in the stadium will be housing the one between Remo Stars and Rivers Angels, and of course the final one will be between Bayelsa Queens and Nigeria Rattles. And of course we can see that the players are already coming on the pitch. The Amazons, the solid babes of Nasarawa Amazons, and of course the Ada Bendel, the Edo, or the Benin Arsenal as they're called, their nickname of Edo, who are the defending champions, and they have it in their hands to also defend that title, becoming the first team since Rivers Angels to do that particular feat. So yes, all or nothing it is for all the teams that are contending for the title. 4 of them, guys, 4 of these teams are in contention. 2 of them that you're watching right now, and of course Bios and of course Remo Stars ladies, who are the home team or the host of this competition for the 2024-2025 edition.
Well, there is a lot at stake in this very fixture as we're looking at the Nasarawa starting 11. We have Shikurat Bakari in goal, Alani Jumoke, Ohayegbola Moluchi, Joy Ibokwe, Esther Adesoji, Sigiratu Isa, Amina Bello, Josephine Matthias, the captain of the side, Janet Akeromowe, Ayowumi Omosui, as well as Kesiana Ojeyovo, who will be the starting 11 for the Edo side. And our officials, of course, center referee will see Yusuf Kemisola, matching things out there, and to assist Olivin Joko, Oluwole Kemisola, and Peace Ogbonaya. Of course, these are our referees for today. Let's go to Edo Queens now. Starting 11 will see Ijoma Uzoma, who has been fantastic for them so far. Deborah Adiagbe, Miracle Iseni, Happiness Titus, Valentina Uroko, Kafaya Makisheri, Chioma Moses in an SN, Mary Mamudu, who comes in to replace, of course, the other game, and it is going to be Mary and Joe. We're looking at the substitutes now for Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens. Two sides all ready to take this game by the strap of the neck. They know what's at stake. Nasarawa Amazons are bidding to win it again after over a decade and want to do it. We are waiting for Yusuf Misolat to ensure that she kicks things off for us here at the Kane Stadium. Look at the clouds. It's cloudy today. Perfect weather for this fixture.
Perfect weather. Hopefully the rains hold off till we're done with the fixtures today, because it's going to be a perfect way to sign off, having the weather this cool, and of course the girls ready and all pumped, knowing what's at stake in every ground. Every of the pitches that we're having games today are all most likely a title deciding pitch, or are all title deciding pitches which can produce a champion at the end of their 90 minutes plus added time. So going into this game, or all the games, because we're going to be giving you the results as they come from the other two pitches right in this stadium. Talking about the other games between Vermont Stars and Rivers Angels, and of course Niger Ritos and Biosar Queens.
Oh yes, for Nasarawa Amazons, they are in their sky blue shorts, and
that they have to score to get those points, and their first goal ever came on match day 1, and since then it's been a drought for them. So they might at the end of the day be the team that might help the other teams eventually win the championship. They can hold Biosar Queens to a very favorable result for the other teams.
Well, it is, of course, been a cagey affair between these two sides. Nasarawa Amazons up against Edo Queens, who are clouded in their red kits today. Amazons has the ball, and we're trying to restart things here. It is, of course, Alani Jumoke, who was trying to turn and twist, sends the crossing to the box, and oh, that is exactly what they needed to do. The delivery in the box is exactly what they needed, but that is not the best, as Amina Bello cross went off the side netting on top of the net precisely, and it is going to be Ijoma Uzoma who would try to restart things again, but she will call her captain to, or that is Uroko Valentina, to get that out of the way and get play resumed. 4 minutes into this very fixture, as we are waiting for anything to happen. Here goes Imemesian, but the ball will be out. Very good interception by Esther Desoji, sending that one out. A throw-in for the Amazons, and it is Ohaibula Moluchi who would take that. Chioma Moses will hit that. It is still Ohaibula Moluchi this time. Oh, another throw-in. Chioma Moses couldn't control that ball. We do know that these two sides, they have lethal forwards in this very game. We know that Amazons, they have Janet Akokoromowe up there, and for Edo Queens, they have Essien, they have Chima Moses, who can also be a son, they have Mary Anjo all there. These are all threats for them. Unfortunately, good news, we have returned to the bench.
I mean, it had to be the bench for Edo Queens in the previous game, with one of those little forwards having to go on the bench in the first half and eventually get them that one goal that will prove to be the winner for them. But I mean, the goals can come from anywhere today for either teams, but especially for Edo Queens. They look like a team that can spread the goals across, because they have firepower, like you mentioned, in NMSN, who has 3 goals already in the Super 6 competition, 7 goals in total for them. They have Mary Angel, who came in mid-season Have scored 2 goals already and has been really instrumental in all the goals they've scored in the Super 6. She might not score goals, but she's been a very good team player. They have the likes of Chioma Moses, who can cause havoc from the flanks. And of course, on the bench, you know that they are loaded when it concerns Edo Queens. National Amazons also are not a team to be played with. They've had really exciting players. Apart from Janet, who will always want to mention, they have exciting players like Joy Bokwe, who has been so phenomenal for them this season, and of course, even in the Super 6. So yes, goals can come from anywhere, but we know that it's more of a Janet show for Nasarawa Amazons, but for Edo Queens, it is definitely anywhere on the pitch of play.
Sekiratu Isa guiding her lines and waiting for our goalkeeper Shukurat Bakari to come collect the ball, which she does. And it's going to be a goal kick. Esther Desoji stepping up to take that one for the Solid Babes. Esther will take that. Sends the ball into the middle of the park, finding Nasarawa heads. But it is Edo Queens who will get things off. It is now time for Nasarawa Amazons to defend their lines. But what hold-up play that was for the ball to go out for a goal kick once again. For the only team in the Super 6 yet to lose, Nasarawa Amazons they are. They've been solid, just like their name, Solid Babes.
Yeah, really solid for them, and that's why they sit atop the table as things stands everywhere. I mean, if it goes on to be goalless everywhere, they are going to win it because they've done their job, and that is why it comes down to just a win for them, and it doesn't concern them anything that happened in any other game, as long as they get a win against Edo Queens here today.
Well, here they come. But a deep one into the box. We'll see it being cleared by Miracle Iseni. Iseni would send that one out. And it is going to be cleared out by Deborah Odiagbe. Now will let go of Chioma Moses. The ball has been sent out. Amazons now will collect. It is still Amazons with Oluchi Haibulam. Haibulam will deliver the ball. But it's going to be intercepted, and once again possession is reclaimed by Amazons. This time it is still, ball goes into the ball. It is Amina Bello. Amina has it. Still has the ball for the left-footed strike. A weak one for that matter. Will come off the bodies of the defenders. There are no lines, ensuring that they kept that line clean. Oh, but what a brilliant start that would have been for Amazons. That would have given them the confidence going into this game.
Definitely, you could see that that was the chance that came begging, and the fans are definitely surprised at how she could not capitalize on that particular chance. And it's something that might eventually come back to bite them. Imagine coming back to lose after that particular beautiful chance that was wasted there. But beautiful start from Nasarawa Amazons. They've played so well against the defending champions.
Well, it is, of course. It is the fact that we're hearing goal is happening somewhere. Of course, it will update you as it happens. But right about now, we are more focused here with Edo Queens now trying to attack and see if they can also get a quick goal here to get this fixture back to life. The previous game for Nasarawa Amazons, that was against Remo Stars Ladies, and it was a beauty of a game to watch. And it looks like we have the fastest goal of the tournament so far in the Super 6, as Rivers Angels on the other pitch have taken the lead. 9 minutes in, and they did get that first goal, Rivers Angels against Remo Stars Ladies. So now Remo would have to ensure that they score 3 or more past Rivers Angels.
Not looking like a good way to start this particular afternoon for Remo Stars Ladies, saying that they came into this game as the team that is actually contending. Rivers Angels have been knocked out since Matchday 3 of contention, out of the title race, and Remo Stars Ladies came into this game with the hopes of getting a solid win against Rivers Angels. But right now, they have so much to do ahead of them, and it's surprising that Rivers Angels would be getting that goal that fast, seeing that they are one of the teams that have actually played some of the poorest football in the Super 6 tournaments. But that means you cannot take anything away from Rivers Angels. They pose that quality. They are the most successful side in the competition. So yes, with 7 titles, you cannot take anything away from them. They finished just behind Bayelsa Queens in Group B, the regular season. They have some of the best players in the league, the likes of Mary and Joe, the likes of Ifoma, and the rest of them. So yes, they're scoring the fastest goal. Now they know that they are fighting for pride. Maybe that's what is spurring them to go up against Remo Stars in this particular manner. Right now, they have the fastest goal we've had so far in this tournament. And we're going to get to that. This is going to be Titilayo Awada who gets the fastest goal of the tournament so far. Or she gets first goal of the tournament, because I mean, we get anything faster than that. 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
It is, and that is
today the last day.
Yeah, she got a goal in their. She was one that got one of the goals for them in their first win in this competition too, in that 2-0 win against Nasarawa. So yes, it's very, very important that such a player has a very brilliant start to our afternoon.
A goal in one center. We're waiting for another goal in the other 2 centers, as Nasarawa ladies. Nasarawa Amazons are currently taking on Edo Queens, and they still goalless in the first 2 minutes. Also, Bayelsa up against Nigeria Rattles, also goalless. We did say we're going to bring you up to speed with the happenings elsewhere. But here we are. A free kick for Edo Queens, and it is captain Kafaya Mafishere who's about to take it. She does send it into the pack, but wouldn't trouble, of course, Nasarawa as they cleared their lines. Very neatly done. And they will release their ball again for another attacking spree. But then Edo has it now. Hits the ball in and goes back to Shukurat Bakari, goalkeeper for Amazons. These fixtures are really important because we'll be crowning the winner today. So all of the teams need to sit up and ensure that they get the work done. Now comes Amazon. Janet Akukurum away. Has the ball. Good hold up play. Send the ball. Oh. I think she should have sent the ball to the far left-hand side, but she opted to take a strike. And Edo this time will calm things down by reclaiming the ball. But here goes Edo Queens. It is, of course, from the left-hand side of the attack, and timely interception by the defender up there for Nasarawa Amazons to ensure that one doesn't encroach into the pitch. Esther Desoji putting in a good shift out there, trying to stop Mary Mahmoudou from getting a fling of a ball into the 18-yard box, and that will be a corner kick for Edo Queens. There's a free kick, corner kick now to be taken. Done by Hussein. It delivers into the box, but it is going to be cleared by Remo, rather by Edo Queens. So Amazons are all over the place trying to clear their lines. It's a little bit confusing as we call all the names because a lot is at stake today.
Right now, obviously. But looks like Nasarawa Amazons will be able to get a little bit of relief there. Maybe I said too fast. As I know, I've gotten the ball once again, and it's been some very shaky minutes for Nasarawa Amazons, who are also looking not to go behind in this fixture, because they have to do everything humanly possible to ensure that they do not lose this game. They have to win, actually, and of course, because right now with that result happening right now, well, the results in other pitches still favour them. Because Rivers Angels are not going anywhere to get close to the top with whatever they're doing against Remo there. But fighting with pride means that should they beat Remo, Nasarawa Amazons will now be hoping that Bayelsa and Nigeria Rattles continue to play the goalless draw that they are playing on the third pitch.
Let's look at some of the permutations here, and we'll look at scenario 1 first. That is if Nasarawa Amazons will win. If, of course, they do beat Edo Queens, they will finish with 11 points, a tally that no other team can match this season. But before we get back to that, it is Nasarawa Amazons now attacking. It is, we'll see you there. Sends the ball in, finds Captain Josephine Matthias, who has been dispossessed. right about now. But we'll get back to the scenarios, Joy, because the first scenario, like I said, it has to be Nasarawa Amazons winning. And if they do beat Edo Queens today, they will finish with 11 points. And that means that that's a target that nobody, other teams, of course, cannot match.
Well, while we are waiting for the results here, we also have to remember that even if Amazons go on to play a draw in this game, whether a goalless draw or this scenario,
so that was just Nasarawa Amazons winning. If they do win, that simply means
that's their champions.
Every other person.
That's none of their business. Like I said, they have it in their hands to decide their fate here.
Absolutely.
And of course, hope that they do it, because once they get the job done, it's none of their business what happens.
Absolutely. Well, you look at scenario 2, and that will be if it ends here in a draw between the two sides, Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens. That will simply means that Amazons will be 9 points, Edo will be 8 points, and this will open the door for Bayelsa Queens or Remo Stars leaders to leapfrog both of them if they win their respective matches. That's the other scenario as well. So somehow it also depends on what Bayelsa and Remo Stars will do, only if this ends in a draw as well. But if it does end in a draw and Bayelsa and Remo Stars fail to win their respective games, Nasarawa will still be crowned champions as well.
Definitely. But I'm sure that Christopher Danjuma would not be hoping for all these permutations, as they still have about 73 more minutes to decide his fate here by winning against the defending champions.
We'll get back to the permutations as we're going to bring them to you as you watch us live from the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene, Ogun State. The final day of the Super 6, and 4 teams do have the chance, they all do have the chance to win the 2024-2025 NWFL title. And it is the big one. They decided that could be Amazons up against Edo Queens, our feature game. While we update you on what's happening elsewhere, we're ready to say we've gotten the fastest global tournament. West Rivers Angels 9 minutes goal against Remo Stars latest, who needs a victory and huge goal margin. Yeah.
A victory, a huge margin, and favorable results extra. Like I said, if we get a huge margin, Nasarawa goes on to win, it's useless.
Absolutely. Permutations everywhere. We'll try to bring you up to speed, like I said before, but let's head back to the game. It has been rather cagey between the two sides. But Amazons now do have the ball. And it is going to be Ijeoma Uzoma who comes out to collect the ball to safety. She gathers as if it's not a problem, and obviously it wasn't a problem. She will get her team off to a good start again. But it is the Amazons who are calm, collected, and putting the pressure, mounting the pressure on the Edo Queens defense. Edo Queens now will try to encroach the half of Nasarawa Amazons. But too many turnovers for the two sides. It's a throwing now for Edo Queens, and that will take us back to the other permutations that we're trying to make, Joy. Because if Bayelsa Queens win their fixture, that simply means that they will be moving to 10 points on the log, which puts them ahead of everyone else, depending on the... Oh! I thought it was going directly a goal, once again, compared to Mafishere, captain of Edo Queens. Hit that brilliant strike, but it was wayward. Wouldn't trouble any of the defenders, nor Chikaratu Bakari at all. Doing something out of the box, I guess.
Well, she has a certain memory of Ikene, seeing that she scored the only goal when Remo Stars lost to them here on this ground in the regular season, and becoming the first time that Remo Stars gone to her. So yes, she's trying out outside shot like that. It's a reminder that she can score goals on this ground, has done it before, can do it again. It's something that we've seen from her during the regular season. So for a player like that to be in this side, you know that, like I said, goals can come from anywhere. We're not just looking at the forwards in SCN, in Joe, in Choma Moses, even on the bench with Bruce Sikwe and all of them. You can also get goals from the captain of the team, where you consider the kind of outside shots that she can pose, and of course threaten any goalkeeper in the NWFL. And today is the turn of Shukurat Bankwale.
Well, the 4 teams, Bielsa, Nasarawa Amazons, every other person except except Rivers and Niger Rattles can all win this title today. And that's why we're all gathered here to see who that team will be, who will be presenting the country on the continent and exploring the global sphere as well, only if they can get through the continent. Here comes Moses Aduku, the coach of Edo Queens, on our screens, calmly watching, dishing out instructions to his players. Throw-in taken by Ohaibola Molucci, but Edo Queens now through Odiagbe, across it into the area. It is Esther Adesoji who would miscross the ball, and Edo Queens will reclaim. Chima Moses now. Still Chima Moses. But Captain Josephine Matias was putting on the pressure. Oh, what a beautiful turn that was this time from Valentina Oroko.
Definitely really good to see. Maybe not a player you expect it for because of her build, talking about Janet Agekoromowe, but yes, she had to take that in all her strides, and play continues.
Solid defending from Valentina Oroko, and Happiness Titus, the centre backs for Edo Queens. Captain Mafishere is crossing to the area this time. Wasn't exactly finding her teammates in, of course, Mary Mahmoudou, who was making a brilliant run into the box. But then she couldn't connect with that. And Esther Mamadou will miss that. And there's that for a throw-in. A goal kick, I mean.
Wasn't the best of crosses, if you ask me, to the box. Seeing that the person who makes such runs is not playing in that particular flank or from that particular road. So they're talking about an NMSN who we know used to bust in from that particular position. That's today it's Mary Mahmoud who plays that particular position, and we have SCN doing it in the middle of the park. So yes, maybe not the best of crosses, but you can see that the intent from Edo Queens, like they had in the game in which they went on to win against Bielsa Queens.
Well, we have our first yellow card, and they went straight on to Nasarawa's number 14 shirt, Alani Jumoke. Alani Jumoke will see the first yellow card of the game in the first 23 minutes. Which simply means a free kick for Edo Queens as she brought down Mary Anjo. Now, Miracle is standing alongside her captain in Kefel Mafishere are all standing to take that one.
And standing there, they look like a pair of twins.
Maybe not by height. But yes, it's like there's going to be Mafishere who will take that. Delivered into the box, but a poor one, if you ask me. Didn't, of course, trouble any of the players in and around the arc, waiting for that delivery. And once again, it's going to be a goal kick for the solid base of Lafia. As that Desoji would hit that in place of our goalkeeper. It is still Amazons now. Lost the ball, but is out for a throw-in in favor of Edo Queens. Throw-in about to be taken. It does come in. And it is out again for another throw-in for the Queens of Edo, the defending champions, who are looking to defend their title. The last time a club defended their title was in the 2021-2022 season with Rivers Angels. Still here in Ogun State, but this time in a different city. Ijebu-Ode, precisely where they did that. That was their 7th title. And Edo are looking to replicate that. All they do here is to ensure that they win Amazons by 2 goals or more to put themselves in that position to defend their crown. the last one in Bayelsa last season. It is crossing to the box. Esther Desoji will guide that out. And it's going to be a goal kick again for the Amazons.
Well, Dorcas, it's surprising seeing that a lot of people expected Niger Rattles to enjoy whitewash. I mentioned it before the game. I said Rattles are here to prove a point. I mean, led by Coach Samson Keshi. They won't want to leave Kenya without anything. And surprisingly, it's been 25 minutes of play across board, and Rattles are still holding Bayelsa Queens to a goalless draw, which is something that a lot of people did not see, at least especially seeing that they have been the team to beat in this competition so far.
The team to beat is making it really difficult for the one-time unbeaten team in the Super 6 and in the season as well. But here they are, Bayelsa having it difficult to see one into the back of the net against poor communication there between Mary Mahmoudou and Moses Chioma. If they had connected, they would have run the defense of Nasarawa Amazons ragged with that particular try.
Well, it's still something that Nasarawa Amazons are currently enjoying right now. The Edo Queens team not getting that synergy that they crave so much in this team, and I think somehow it's something that we see when Goodness Osigwe is on the pitch, and I'm wondering why once again she didn't start this game. See that the last game she was brought in early on in the first half, so why not start her? Because there's a way she connects this team, there's a way that she makes those runs, and she has the perfect synergy with the attack and of course the midfield and back to the defense. I don't know, he likes her to be his jackpot player, his secret weapon, but I think that her starting from the onset is the best thing that happens whenever Edo Queens play this competition. Maybe I'm just the only person saying it, but he's a coach of the side, and he saw it in the previous game, the penultimate game they played, that was against Bayelsa Queens, brought her on, and not just her scoring the winning goal of that particular game, but we saw what she brought on the pitch. We saw how Edo Queens were able to control the ball, keep passes, control passes, make those runs, and that's what they are missing right now, because from the other flank where Hussein is operating from, you can also see that she's been making some runs, but not being able to connect to the forward line. And in this game, surprisingly, we are yet to see anything from their highest goal scorer in this competition so far, talking about LMSC, because those balls are not coming to her, so she can't do anything without the ball. And the way she's placed, she is not supposed to drop deep into the defense or into the midfield as she does in previous games.
The reins are down, and the players will have to keep the battle coming. And yes, it's going to be a goal to be reported elsewhere. And yes, we're just talking about that.
How
and that will be the case, as it is 1-0 for Bayelsa Queens. And that simply means that as it stands, if it ends this way in all of the centers, Bayelsa will be crowned champions. But we still have plenty time.
Still plenty time. And in this fixture, I'm sure that reports will be getting to the coaches, and that will ensure that they are communicating to the girls, because girls need to know what's at stake on this ground also. But Nigeria could have just hold for 27 minutes in their own fixture before they let in another goal in this competition, meaning that they're not going to keep any clean sheets from the time they got here to the time they are going back to Abuja.
For Nigeria, they will be looking to get something out of this very game, but they're up against a very resolute side, compact side as well defensively, and a good attacking team in Bayelsa. I don't think they can hold that. But yes, Bayelsa have scored a goal, just as Rivers as well scored against the Remo Stars leaders, and they're still goalless here. They are yet to get the news here on this pitch, but if they do, I'm sure that we'll get a sense of urgency from the two sides. Don't you think?
Well, I think it's still the first half. Maybe if it's late in the second half, maybe that's where we'll start seeing that sense of urgency in terms of results happening on the other pitch. But right now, I think they also just want to play their game and knowing that, especially for Nasarawa Amazons, knowing that whatever they do here, they just have to win. And one goal is enough to actually get them a win in this game. As we've not seen a very high-scoring game in this competition so far. The highest we've seen is 3 goals scored in a game, and it's definitely going to be a 2-1 result. So yes, we're waiting to see a game where we have a team score 3 goals, a particular team score 3 goals, and we're yet to see that. So maybe a goal is enough for Nasarawa Amazons to win, but so far so good. Yeah, the only game yet to report a goal in this title deciding day. Other venues have seen goals. Rivers lead against Remo Stars Ladies with Titilayo Aweda scoring that goal in the 9th minute, and in the 27th minute it's the Bayelsa Queens who lead by a lone goal against Nigeria Tels in that particular one.
Well, talking about goals, with only 19 goals so far in this season Super 6, it is the lowest, one of the lowest scoring Super 6 in recent times. And except they can increase that tally by goals scored, it is the history that is here as well. I think Goodness Osigwe unleashes Ime Messian when she's on the field.
Definitely, that's what I was mentioning the other time when I talked about the fact that the synergy of this Edo Queens team is missing, and obviously you can see it from their overall play, and it's really something that I thought could have been avoided should he have started Goodness Osigwe. He did it in the last game, it didn't work for him, so why doing it and making early subs? Because I'm sure that if things continue this way, you have no any other option as bring her on early on in the first half also, like he did the last time. Talking about the coach of Edo Queens, Moses Adoko.
It was Vera Samuel who gave Bayelsa that lead against Nigeria Tels in the 27th minute. But here comes Edo Queens, a header by Ime Messian, the player we just talked about, trying to find Mary Mahmoudou. Yeah. But that wouldn't connect. Oh, he would have been really good at goal, but unfortunately just went out for another goal kick for Amazons.
Well, why she can score headers, I'm sure that that was not her intention. Her intention was for her to head the ball into a proper area, and of course expecting that another teammate would have run into that space, which is something we see very regular when she has Osigwe on the pitch with her, because the communication is there. And for her, Osigwe knows that whenever she is the one doing those runs, making those runs, heading those balls in, she is very sure, very certain that 90% of the time and then SCN is already on the run, and of course trying to wait for that pass and connect it and steal those goals when you don't expect it. So it's left to Moses Adoko to do that, and Nasarawa Amazons are currently going to be enjoying the fact that this synergy is not happening for the defending champions, and all they need to do is get their own opportunity, because we've seen all the play in the last 20 minutes in the half of Nasarawa Amazons. Not seeing the balls come to Janet Akekoromowe in this other half. I don't think I've seen that more than once in the box of Edo Queens.
Well, Nasarawa, before the goal that came from Bayelsa, they were in pole position to win their first title in 7 years. But as it stands now, Bayelsa are in a very good position to reclaim a title. The last one in 2022-2023 season. But then again, the last time these two sides met in the championship playoff, when I mean championship, the NWF Premiership Championship playoffs, the top tier league in women's football in the country, was 2024. Edo won 1-0, and Nasarawa, of course, won 1-0 as well in 2022. So they are quite familiar foes. And it's 35 minutes on the clock. Here goes Mary Anjo trying to turn it around. She does that successfully. Trying to deliver the crossing. Oh my world. After making some beautiful turns, position making from Anjo would have maybe cost her team of something beautiful to put this one into the back of the net.
I mean, very, really beautiful play from Muriel there. Maybe the finishing not as beautifully thought in her head. Maybe she thought about something else. But it shows that this Edo side's team are a team that can spring out a goal from any part of the pitch, which is one thing that is definitely one of their things that is going to go for them if they eventually go on to beat this National Amazon side today. But Mary and Josh will be doing better there. Maybe she's thinking that how will she finish Super 6 start scoring a goal? But what she has been doing so far has been helping her team, which has been helping her teammates in a general run of play and of course hold up play and everything that eventually leads to them getting important goals and getting wins. So she should continue that way, cross the ball to a person who you think is better placed to take those shots and get the goal. At the end of the day, you guys are all going to get medals if you win.
Goals matter, but a team win is the most important. It's a collective job. Here it comes, Edo Queens again. Timely interception from defender Isa Kiratu. Sends that one for a corner kick in favor of Edo Queens. I think it's their second corner kick in the game.
Yeah, the second corner kick. No, the first corner kick actually.
Had one earlier. Here they come with Fayad Mafishere taking it into the box. He goes, wouldn't trouble nobody, and it will be, of course, Adebiyi trying to send the ball in, but she delivers that one straight on to Isa. Isa will clear, and it is Ojiagbe who was trying to keep in touch, or Happiness Titus was ensuring that Akokoromawe did not get that ball. Throwing now for Edo Queens, Adiagbe, Deborah. Deborah sends to Choma Moses. Moses sends to Adiagbe. Adiagbe's header would go to Amazons. Amazons now. But still trying to retain the ball, but this time it's Adebiyi. Who would this time is Mafishere spotting the space by Mary Mamudu, who has the ball now. Sends to Messian. Messian turning, but unfortunately lost out on the ball. Ball crossed in, and it wouldn't connect with any of the Amazons players who were patiently waiting for that. It was a heavy touch, or cross, you would say. Edo now. It is, of course, Edo Queens now with the ball in their back line, trying to clear. Ball out, Shuri now. According to the referee, says that is a for Edo Queens. Edo Queens have themselves a throw-in. And this Mafishere gearing up to take that one, but it's not a throw-in. The referee says that was a free kick. And we're looking at free kicks here. To be taken right about now. Referee having a word or two with Oluchi Haibola Manchema Moses. She's saying calm down. But here comes the free kick to be delivered by Mafishere. Mafishere drops the ball in the area, a header, but it is Bakar who would send that one out. Another free kick in the box for Nasarawa Amazons while they were trying to clear their lines. We haven't seen best chances today in the game, Joy.
In this game.
Yeah.
In this particular game. And I mean, all it takes is just one particular goal to go in, and I'm sure that it will change the tempo of this game, the tenacity of the game, because so far so good. The team that we know play with the ball is National Amazons. They've not gotten much of the ball, so we've not seen much them. And as Edo Queens, who have more of the ball, not really been making the best of it in terms of passes and of course in terms of delivery in the final third. So I mean, I am expecting maybe an early sub in the second half if we play this entire game with this particular 11 players from each side. An early sub, especially from Edo Queens, because they have more of the ball. What to do with the ball is not something that they are not aware of, but the execution at the end of the day is what's coming to hurt them.
We've seen goals from the other two centres, with the likes of Remo Stars losing to Rivers. Tilaya Weda getting that one for Rivers. The earliest goal, quickest goal you would say in this Super 6 so far. 9 minutes that goal came. And in the other centre was Bayosa Queens, who of course got their goal in the 27th minute to ensure that if it ends this way, from all centres of course, they will be snatching that crown off Edo Queens, who will be defending today, or who are defending the last 1 week or more that we've been here. The target has been on them. Oh yeah, oh, a shove, and the referee says there's nothing to that. We're not with the ball, we're not going for it, or you were going for it, but not close enough to have won a penalty for your team.
I think that she should have done better there. I don't think she actually should have stopped to have actually fallen Anjo. I think Anjo had a better advantage to actually play that ball. Maybe that's what the referee saw there. I believe that was too subtle for you to have gone down in that position, and of course not giving her the penalty.
Well, it's 42 minutes now. Still no goal to report in the game. That kick out of my way is what's up that area, but she was spotted offside. She currently does have 2 up of 13 goals so far in the Super 6 in the regular season, or rather the league season.
Yeah, regular season she had 9 goals. Came into this one, she has scored 4
4
so
goals
far.
already.
Yeah, so making it 13.
Isa trying to block that one. A goalkeeper Bakari comes out to collect the ball to safety. God does it easy peasy. 2 sides who we've seen play beautiful football today. Can't seem to connect as much as possible to get the crosses in, to deliver splendid crosses into the area. But yes, 43 minutes, a minute and 30 seconds to the 45, and regulation time of course to be added, or extra time to be added.
Well, we have reports from the other pitch where Niger Rattles have scored their 2nd goal in this competition, and they've drawn Bayelsa level, which means Bayelsa are off the top, and of course Nasarawa Amazons are back to leading that particular one. Surprising to see them even score in that game, but like I said, they'll come into this game with a fight.
Again.
I'm trying to get the goal scorer, but report reaching us right now, it is 1-1 on pitch 3. Drama of Dockers, like we expected it to be, and drama, except for this game maybe. Drama is going on in other pitches.
Oh yes, 1-1 now. Nigerians have only gotten their 2nd game, or 2nd goal of this tournament. But here is the header, a beautiful one in, and oh my word, it is offside, it is. Oh, what a goal. It was Mary Angel who thought that she had given her team the lead here against Nasarawa Amazons. As a result, elsewhere is now draw between Bayosa and Nigeriatas, 1-1 in that center. And she thought that this might just have been what she needed to do to put her team ahead, to give them a chance at the title. But she was flagged offside by Sule.
Well,
as well.
It is Itunu additional that will
2
score.
minutes added to the 45. Wow. It's starting to spread out now when it comes to chances.
Definitely.
Goals.
I think with this particular chance that Edo Queens thought are taking on them, giving them the lead, it definitely would spur them to go more in this first half and try to actually get a goal in that one. But before then, it's report 1-1 by Elsa Queens versus Nigeria Rattles, and it's Itunu additional that will score the 2nd goal of Nigeria Rattles in the Super 6 in their history ever. It's the second one in this competition too, as the first was scored on match day 1 by Siberita in the 13th minute of that game against Nasarawa Amazons.
It's a game that we thought that Bayelsa would have it easy, but as it stands now, it is still in the hands of Nasarawa Amazons. The rain is coming down thick and hard and fast. But a free kick now for Edo Queens. Mafishere takes it, delivers it in, straight onto the goalkeeper who parries it with her body. And Edo Queens will now lose possession as Nasarawa Amazons will try to attack. But then poor decision making as they roll that ball to Ijoma, Uzoma. And Malatina Uroko would try to restart attack again. It is Bakari who comes out to clear. Edo Queens still locking around, putting the pressure, mounting it. Chima Moses now. But our cross comes off her. And that will be a throw-in for Nasarawa Amazons. All of this is exactly how we chances created as it is. Well, that is, of course, goalless. Not far from lifeline in Ikene. Both Nasarawa and Edo Queens have looked measured, perhaps cautious, knowing what's at stake. Nasarawa, remember, just need a win, but with Bayelsa already playing out a 1-0 draw in their match, but Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens still goalless at halftime. For what could be the most decisive 45 minutes of the NWFL Premiership season. This isn't just the second half. It is a title fight, a legacy battle, and a story waiting to be written, as it's currently still goalless between Nasarawa Amazons and, of course, Edo Queens. While Nasarawa Amazons solidified their unbeaten campaign with silverware, would they do that? Can Edo Queens arise from the shadows and snatch the crown? Or will all eyes and ears be fixed on Remo and Bayosa's result for one final twist? Well, here we go. It is a kickoff right about now. The Remo Star Stadium in Ikenne and Nasarawa Amazons sipping out a goalless draw against the Edo Queens. Joy, what are we expecting in the second 45?
Expecting a fight from the two teams, Nasarawa Amazons and, of course, talking about Edo Queens. Nasarawa Amazons especially, seeing that so far, despite them not getting goals in this game, they have things going well for them as it stands in other venues. It looks as if they were leapfrogged by Bayelsa Queens when they led in that game against Nasarawa Amazons. But Nigeria Tels look to have done them a favor by equalizing just before halftime, and now they're back to 9 points and leading that log. So yes, they need to make sure that they don't rely on the likes of Nigeria Tels to do the job for them, as they have to go on to get a goal in this game. And I'm surprised that we're coming into this game and I'm not seeing a halftime stuff from Aduko into this particular game. But let's see how it goes. Maybe they can get a goal before.
That is Chioma Moses. Oh, she has been dispossessed. The ball seems to be having difficulties moving around due to the rainfall that we had earlier on. But the groundsmen ensure that they did their best to take out some of the water to get us back in play. That is due to the late kickoff in the second 45 minutes. We apologize for that as well, but it's something that nature brought upon us.
Of course, we've enjoyed so much sunshine, and it's time for us to eventually change the rain, and we had to give it its time to shine also, talking about rainfall, and that's delayed us for a few minutes. But we're back and expecting the best of the next 45 minutes, if you include added time, of course. So yes, sit back, enjoy the best of this one, and of course trust us to bring you results from other pitches in this particular stadium, as Remo Stars are still losing or trailing Rivers Angels by a lone goal, while Bayelsa Queens and Nigeria will still play out a 1-1 draw.
It's looking like that has changed, because there is a goal to report in that Bayelsa game. It is currently Bayelsa 2, Nigeria 1. A goal has been scored. We will make confirmation for you on that, on how that came in.
Yeah, in the 47th minute of that game, Bayelsa Queens are now leading by 2-1, and that means that as it stands, Bayelsa Queens are back on top of the log.
We're going to see a couple more changes to come with how the table will look. But right about now, Nasarawa or Edo Queens need to start doing something as quickly as possible to halt the momentum of Bayelsa, who are now sitting pretty at the top, even if it's going to be for just some minutes. But yes, we will try to bring you reports as it comes. I'm sure you can hear the fans underneath our voices screaming. Well, Cynthia Mega was the goal scorer at 2-1. It was for Bayelsa Queens. We will bring you up to speed. Immediately we'll get confirmation, but let's return now to the Rainbow Star Stadium as Nasarawa Amazons are taking on Edo Queens. It is feisty out there. All of the teams, they know what's at stake. Bayelsa will be enjoying their lead at this point in time. Here comes Edo Queens. Rather Nasarawa Amazons. Of course, the ball now is in a good area where Nasarawa Amazons will capitalize on, but a strike this time, just wouldn't connect. It's a side netting. I did think that went in, but it is side netting for Nasarawa Amazons. And Bakari, or rather, Ijoma Uzama will go collecting the ball to restart things. Well, it is also a goal to report in another center, as Rivers have doubled their lead against Rebel Stars. 2-0.
Rivers came into this particular one with something at the back of their mind. They are not going to be losing to the babies of the league in Remo Stars. I mean, they got all maximum points against Nigeria Rattles, and they had one mission to leave Ikene with their pride intact. And I think beating the host team, as it looked like what is going to happen in that particular one, will give them a little bit of respite going back to Port Harcourt after missing out on winning their 8th championship. So yes, it's 2-0 to report in favor of Coach Tosin Black's side, and we are yet to report a goal in the only game yet to give us a goal in Nasarawa Amazons versus Edo Queens.
A free kick now, but it was a poor delivery from Miracle Liseni. Liseni couldn't rather opted to go directly for goal instead of putting the ball into the area where there were plenty of red shirts. I think that's where decision making has to come in, because they've lacked that so far this game. But really, Joy, what would this mean for Nasarawa Amazons going unbeaten? That's a weak header from Mary Mahmoudou. Wouldn't trouble the goalkeeper at all in Bakare Shukurat. Mahmoudou's header was rather weak, and that would not be what it is. But yes, I was saying, what would this mean for Amazons after going unbeaten? That's if it ends this way goalless, I still lose out on the title.
It's going to be similar to what happened to Bielsa Queens last season when they went on to play those games in Yenogwa, and Edo Queens, we lost out on Matchday 1, lost out on winning. They only won one game in Yenogwa last season and went on to win the title. And that tells you that it's not how far but how well, and you taking your chances at the end of the day is what matters. And that's why today they have the opportunity to make amends for not being able to win or score a goal in their last game, which ended nil against Remo Stars.
We currently have 6 goals scored in the other 2 centers. This is the only game where goals are lacking. We have 3 goals in the Bielsa versus Nigeria, 2 goals to 1, and 2-0 against that is 5 goals to report in those centers. While it's currently goalless between this is the biggest fixture for the day.
Yeah, the biggest fixture. Not have produced goals yet, but of course, you can tell that their results will eventually come to matter if a goal goes in here. I'm sure everyone is looking at other centers, but once a goal goes in here, all attention will be focused on this particular game. What goal scorer will be actually? Yeah. If the goal come from a from a blue shirt, I mean, not an offside goal, but a goal for the team, it means that everyone will start hoping that Edo Queens pull off an equalizer. So yes, we need goals in this game if we're going to get our champions from this particular pitch, talking about the main bowl of the Remo Star Stadium.
Second half just resumed in all of the centers, and we've seen quick goals to report, except this one as Janetta got them away. Handball now, and that will be a free kick for Amazons. A yellow card this time for Edo Queens number 11, if I got that correctly. A free kick now as Amazons are stepping up to take that one. Lani Jumoke alongside her captain in Josephine Matthias, all standing up, standing behind the ball to take it. The yellow card was for, of course, Edo Queens number 23 in Deborah Odiagbe. She won the free kick. That ball came off her hand, Deborah Odiagbe. And it is Captain Josephine Matthias that would eventually take the free kick. She steps up to take. She does deliver into directly to goal, but it was just inches over the bar. I thought it was going in for a split second there. Well,
she's a good set piece taker for the team. We saw her combination with Alani Jumoke give her the first goal of this tournament when she scored that winner against Nigeria on Matchday 1. So she's standing up to take that particular one. It looks like one of the best chances for them in this game so far, seeing that the ball has been more with the defending champions in terms of possession. And it's surprising because Nasarawa Amazons have been a team known to be a possessive centered side. They play more with the ball, and them being away without the ball, not seen much of them, but they've been able to hold their ground and getting set pieces when it matters. Now it's time for them to convert it if they want to have a chance at winning this championship, or win the championship, not have a chance. Once they win this game, they've won the championship.
We'll call it championship because the title is at stake, but this is the top tier women's football league in the country. The Nigerian Women's Football League Premiership. Championship will commence in the next coming days to decide who will be joining the others. The 16 teams right about now in this season's NWFL because no relegation as it stands.
Yes.
Next is going to be a 20-team league, but then we don't know if it's going to be everybody plays everybody or we're back to
another season of an abridged format. We'll wait to see that particular one for the 2025-2026 season.
Throwing taken by Edo Queens, ball delivered in, but it's going to be goal kick one for Edo. Rather, you say Nasarawa Amazons. Ime Messian needs to light up. Moses Aduku needs to bring in Bruno Sigwe to help her out there up front. Well, the fans are eager here as goals are, as the other games are heating up in other centers. It is 56 minutes and still no goals to report in our featured game inside the main bowl of the Remo Star Stadium. Throwing now for Amazons, the solid babes of Lafia. They will still be looking solid. They're still goalless here. But then, it will not take them to the title. If it ends this way, of course. Throwing about to be taken by Bulam. Oluchi. Oh, is their throwing taker. Gearing up to deliver that one in. She does to Captain Josephine Mateas, but then a ball in. And Jeddah come away, has the ball. Brought down, cleared out by Edo Queens. Once again, reclaimed possession by Amazons. Referee says that's going to be a free kick for the Edo Queens side after, of course, Ayowumi Omosui was thought to have rough-handled the Edo defender. Uroko takes the free kick, but it was a poor one. A very, very poor free kick for that matter. I'm sure her coach will not be excited, will not be pleased with how her decision to take that ball the way she did. But here comes Amazons again, cleared out by Edo. Mary Angel couldn't control that ball. She didn't keep it down. And it's a throwing once again for Edo. Amazons and Alani Jumoke will take that. Throws the ball in. Ball still in play. Another throwing for the Amazon side. Aminat Bello, the number 9 for Amazons, blocking around. With the way the scoreboard looks from all centers, looks like the title might be returning to Bayosa, Yenagoa, but then it's not over until it's over. Janet hasn't been Janet today. Joy?
I mean, I mentioned the fact that it's one of the things that might hurt this side led by Christopher Danjuma. When you're centered around a single player to get you all the goals or most of your goals, once that player is locked out or not on their A game on that particular day, you're in trouble. And that's what's looking like for Christopher Danjuma. As Janet has not scored in back-to-back games so far, maybe she will break that jinx today, but not scoring in the last game meant that was the first time she did not score in this NWFL Super 6, as she has scored in the first 3 match days of the Super 6. So she not scoring last game meant they didn't get any goal go on to this particular one. So far, it's goalless. Janet has not scored. So where will your goals come from? I mean, we're talking about the likes of Edo Queens, who they are playing against right now. We are looking to the bench saying that a person like Goodness Osigwe can get them the goals. Okay, Joma is there to also come in and, of course, cause some havoc right there. But who can come in for Nasarawa Amazons that will change, that is potent enough, or you can actually point to and say this person can change the tides for them? Yes, there are players on the bench, but not the ones that you can actually say can win them games, like the likes of Edo Queens have in their ranks.
Well, the bench could be the deciding factor for either of these sides who are yet to score, but the referee has put an infringement. She gave out a free kick for Nasarawa Amazons. Once again, Marianne Joyce on the ground, struggling with an injury, alongside Oluchio Haigulam for Nasarawa Amazons. Here in their numbers, notwithstanding the rain, the downpour earlier, they came out just to watch the final of the NWFL. This is the last game. These are the last games of the Super 6 Matchday 5. And
well, I'm sorry for cutting you short there, Dorcas. Just a report from one of the pitches where Bielsa currently leads by 3 goals to 1. And if things continue this way, if Nasarawa fails to score and win, it means that Bielsa will be winning that title for the first time since the 2022-2023 season, as they are doing their own job and hoping that things stays this way on the main pitch, where Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens are still playing out a goalless draw after over an hour of football played right here.
Well, Bielsa now leads Amazons by 3 goals to 1. And with that, Nasarawa has to just score 1 here, win this game by a goal, and that will be it for Bielsa, but they are yet to get that goal. It doesn't look like they'll be getting that goal because of the way they've played so far.
Well, it's football. Against the run of play, a goal can go in, but so far, rightfully, as you said, doesn't look like we are producing a goal in this game anytime soon, except something extraordinary happens on the pitch right now, or maybe we get a substitution from either of the coaches. Aduko, we can see him on our screens right now in his trademark white shirt, trying to pop the girls, go forward, and of course get that lead for him in this game.
Vera Samuel gets a brace of Bielsa after score, making it 3 goals to 1 for Bielsa. With that, Bielsa had a +2 goals lead, goal different. But here comes Edo. Well, quickly the ball will rush into the embrace of Shukurat Bakari. Well, with Bielsa's 3rd goal, that's going to be a +4 goals now for Bielsa.
Yes, it's going to be 3 goals actually. They considered 1.
They had 2 before.
But okay, yeah, it's going to be 4 right now. And
the mass is not massing for us today.
It's actually 4. You're correct. Right. I'm just laughing because all it takes in all of this calculation is for Nasarawa to score just 1 goal and win. And
if Edo wins, they would have to score more goals than
Bielsa.
I don't see that happening here in this fixture. If anybody would win this picture, it has to be just 1 goal, at least with the way things are looking. They are really good defensive sides here. Well, here we are, a free kick now for Edo Queens, who are gearing up to take that. An hour, 3 minutes already on the clock. And so far, it's still goalless from here in the main bowl of the Remo Star Stadium. And that will be a goal kick for Edo, or rather Nasarawa Amazons.
Well, during the first half of this game, I mentioned something about us not having any team that have scored over 2 goals in this game. Well, Bielsa become the first team in this Super 6 to score more than 2 goals in their game. Right now, they scored 3. Finally have a team that have scored above 2 goals in their game. Bielsa being the first team to do that.
Like we say, we'll be bringing you all of the updates as they happen. And so we've done since the first 45. It is still Remo, the host team, losing to Rivers Angels by 2 goals to 0. Bayelsa have now tripled your lead against the Nigeria Raptors, 3-1. While here it is currently goalless. But here Edoa trying to create something out of nothing. The ball will be cleared out by not entirely. Is it dangerous position? Chema Moses' left-footed cross was weak. And it was cleared out by Amazons. Chema Moses. Miracle is sending to Chema Moses, but then again, lost possession again. Oh, the ball can't seem to move. The water referee says nothing to that. Nasarawa will clear. Back to Nasarawa now. This is Omosi. Omosi was trying to find Aminat Bello. The water isn't helping the ball move, Joy. And that could be frustrating for the players.
Definitely frustrating for the players as they've played some of their best football on these pitches. And today that is when it all matters, when it eventually boils down to the final outing for them in Ikene here. They might have this as some of these that will stand against them, will stand between them and them winning the championship. But we have substitutions now. Goodness Osigwe is coming on for Choma Moses in this game. And
well, I think Choma Moses should have stayed. I don't know, but the coach has his thoughts on it.
Yeah, it looks like everyone will play for NMSN right now, with what the formation we've seen so far in this Super 6 with Edo Queens. Now we can see some of the moves from Goodness Osigwe already just coming on, and you can already see her making those runs.
Well, Edo Queens are here now, but the introduction of Goodness Osigwe must have come in handy, but then her cross trying to find her teammate in MMSN went directly to the goalkeeper, Shukura Bakari. This is the threat that we're talking about when it comes to Goodness Osigwe. We know her quality. We know that she has a beautiful left feet and a proper right foot when it comes to striking the ball. And she almost, but it wouldn't be that.
But while we're talking about Goodness Osigwe coming in, I want to see the response from Nasarawa Amazons coach, talking about Christopher Danjuma, knowing that one of the best players in this tournament for Edo Queens is now on. And that, of course, means more firepower, more pressure for your girls to withstand. Seeing that they've withstood most of the pressure in this game, as against what they are used to in the first 4 games they've played. We're going to see a response from him if he's hoping that his girls will be able to hold on and, of course, maybe push for that goal, that elusive goal for them in this game.
Well, Bayelsa not just relenting. It's another goal to report in that center. All the goal isn't coming here. It is a goal out there in Bayelsa. And they take on Nigeria Raptors. 4-1 currently as it stands. 67 minutes there. And it's Bayelsa who have scored 4 against Nigeria Raptors. What is going on there?
Like we all kind of predicted, it was definitely going to be a whitewash for Nigeria Raptors. And Bayelsa Queens, with that defeat to Edo Queens, knew that if they want to stand a chance, they have to beat Nigeria Raptors and beat them very well and hope that things goes this way it's going right now on this pitch. And that's what they are doing. They are making sure they are handling their own business there. In case it goes down to goal difference, which I don't think it will go down to at the end of the day, because right now, as it seems, even if Edo Queens get to score, I don't think they can score as many goals as Bayelsa Queens have scored so far in that game. If Nasarawa Amazons get to score, that means they've won the game outright, or won the league outrightly. So it's Bayelsa's fight, and they are going to fight to the very end of this particular one.
Well, we get our first hat-trick.
I was about saying that our first hat-trick in this Super 6 competition, and it's Vera Samuel who gets the first hat-trick of the NWFL Premiership 2024-2025 Super 6 right here in Ikere.
Oh, wow. The trajectory has changed. It's not like how we started with Nasarawa being poised for the title and tipped for it. With Edo just sitting behind them in second place. And with the goals currently.
Well, that roar sounds like a Remo Stars goal.
We are not having a break as it starts now. We're not having a break.
But we need to confirm that because
Yes.
the roar looked like a home fans kind of roar in that one. And we're waiting to confirm what has happened in the other pitch just behind us here. But right now on the one we are currently streaming from, it's still goalless between Nasarawa Amazons and Edo Queens.
Well, currently it is still goalless here. Edo Queens clearing their lines. We're yet to get any updates so far, but when we do, you will find out how things are going elsewhere. Nasarawa will clear 17 minutes. 20 more to go. The fans are out in their numbers just to watch the finals. Some are watching the home team. Some are watching Bielsa. Some are watching this one. Oh, what we talked about, the water being situated in particular places. That cross was the proper delivery in. But here comes Mary Anjo and her crossing. But her cross was a poor one. Comes off, just wayward. Above the goalpost, wouldn't trouble Shukura Bakari. Not even the defenders at all. But you can't fault her for trying, Joy.
You can't fault her for trying, saying that getting those passes to your teammates in this particular pitch is not as smooth as it was in the first half. Maybe now it's time for them to start shooting from outside the box, and that's some of the things that that's something that Mary Anjo has tried in this particular one.
We love goals, yes, and I'd like to think maybe we would have enjoyed that Bielsa Nigeria game because the goals are coming in thick and fast.
5 goals in that game. Well, we have none to report here.
It's going to be our highest. Mind you, Joy, before this match day 5 fixtures, it was the lowest scoring Super 6 in the history of the Super 6. Because if you look at the highest, we had 34 goals scored. That was in the 2020-2021 season, 34 goals. The next highest was 28 goals. And it was scored in the 2023-2024 season, the previous season before last season. And then 27 in 2021-2022 season. But before now, it was 22 goals. Now with Bielsa scoring 2 more.
We've equaled that of the 2021-2022 season.
It's 25 goals, I think. 2 more, 24 goals.
We've equaled, it's 22 right now.
That's like 24 or 25. Goals. So we're still expecting more goals to come.
More goals to come. I mean, it's still about 27 minutes to play in this fixture. We might get to see maybe a change in the momentum in terms of goals. And it doesn't look like Bielsa Queens are going to stop whatever they are doing on the other pitch.
Doesn't look like Bielsa will be stopping anytime soon. According to this, yes, Rebel Stars have pulled one back against Rivers in the 70th minute. The goal was scored by Aisha Animation, who, of course, pulled something back through a counter-attack for Rebel Stars against Rivers. So that simply means every other team has scored except Amazons and Edo Queens.
Definitely. Every other team have had at least a goal today, including Nigeria as well. There's a yellow for... And there's a change.
We have a substitute now. 31 in Josephine Matthias is coming up for...
Well, she's the one who got the yellow card, actually.
Chisom Chima is coming in for Josephine Matthias. She's been disrespectful.
And that's a red card. Oh, my God.
Oh,
my God. Oh, my God.
She was the referee the way she did, and the referee said, I have no time for that.
I mean, it's just
might have cost her team.
And that's common courtesy. I mean, it's common knowledge in football that once time is going and you're substituted, you go off from the other end of the pitch. And she kept arguing with the referee with an attitude that she wanted to give the captain armband to and her teammate there, and that means that the substitution will not count right now because she was supposed to come off, but that substitution was not completed.
It looks like that substitution wasn't made because of the red card to Josephine Matthias. She just might have cost her team something here. You don't do that to the referee. You don't argue with the referee. Well, it's now a free kick for Edo Queens, who are ready to take that, but they don't have a chance. Amazons are one man down, so there is a chance.
Well,
or one player
down. I was about to say there. And you can see the frustration on the faces of players like Janet, who was really pissed at Josephine, her captain. And to think that she's the captain of the side, Dorcas, that doesn't speak well for her as a leader.
Well, the ball has been won, throwing for Edo Queens. Edo Queens still trying to do their stuff, but the ball is into the 18-yard box. Ball will be guarded out by Sikiratu Isa, defender for Amazons. Sends that one into a goalkeeper, and that will be a goal kick. Mary Anjo putting pressure on her, but that wouldn't work. Unnecessary red card for Matthias Josephine. After being disrespectful to the center referee in Yusuf Gemisola, who will take no nonsense, as she showed her a red card, and that's a matching order for 2 yellow cards accumulated. Free kick now to Edo, as Ohaibulam held off Mahmoudou Mary. Everywhere else is catching fire, except this game, as the goals aren't coming yet. Where Edo has a free kick. Free kick in the box, straight into the hands of Shukura Bakari. Not troubling any of our defenders at all, but Edo Queens had 2 bodies in there to put that pressure on her, but Shukurats calmly collected, gathered the ball to safety. Joy?
I mean, it's really attacks that Nasarawa Amazons have on their hands right now. While we all thought that it would be just for them to score 1 goal, right now they have to most likely sit back and not go as forward as they should have gone because of the player disadvantage that they have. And but it's football. With 10 players, you can go on to win this game. But it will be a very tall order for Nasarawa Amazons. And you can see the way that the players themselves are not looking in high spirits doing it anymore with that particular send off that their captain got in the 66th minute.
Corner kick now for Amazons, who will take that corner kick in. It is, of course, Ijoma who will parry, but the ball falls kindly, and oh my God, what a strike! Aborted by the defense of Edo Queens. Kapayat Mafisheries, of course, clearance keeps this game goalless, and Bayosa would have Mafisheries to thank. Because if that one had gone in, Bayosa would have been displaced at the top of the table. But here comes the throwing now. Mahmoudou sends out the ball in. Mary Anjo does not have the pace to match up. Issa will try to clear. It looks like Moise Aduku would have to make a change. Anjo has been on the ground for too long sometimes. She'd had plenty of tackles on her. And so for now, looks like if I were to advise Musa Duku, take her off and maybe bring in Okeke Ijoma to see if she can have anything to do here in the game. These are the supporters club for Edo Queens coming out in their masses to support their team. Well, play has resumed while Mary Anjo has been attended to outside. Still goalless. Akokorom away. But then it was Bello who was brought down. The referee has given Amazons the free kick. 10 minutes to go, Joy. And extra for extra time to come.
Well, the game is can still swing both either ways in this fixture we're seeing, despite Amazon being a player short in this fixture. And
a header, but the linesman says that is definitely offside. And offside it is, and it's still goalless. Rivers defeating Remo by 2-1. Bayelsa 4, Niger Rattles 0. Amazons 0, Edo Queens 0. Title looks like it's steeping to Bayelsa. Oh, well, fancy their goal scored, and the first hat-trick of the Super 6 this season goes to Bayelsa's Vera Samuel. Free kick for Amazons. Amazons now with Amina Bello. Amina Bello trying to get off a Maka. Header in there, but yeah, that didn't connect with her properly. Amazons are finding those pocket of spaces to exploit. And they almost pulled something off. And they will have to be very careful not to allow Amazons in.
It's surprising that Amazons are the one that are going forward, despite being a player down. And Edo Queens are surprising me by
another cross into box.
Being the one under pressure here, and Amazons have gotten two clear-cut chances since their captain was sent off. And if this continues, we might get to see them get the winner against the run of play we've seen so far in this game.
Well, Mary Angel looks like she'll be making her way out for Balogun. Oh, will come in to replace her. Mary Angel seems to have picked up something. Tesla Matt Balogun comes in. She tried to see what she can do for her team here. They have looked at the most dangerous side in the last couple minutes. But still, Bayelsa will fancy their chances here. Foul on Amazon, and that will be a free kick for the Solid Girls of Lafayette. No goals to report now, for now, as all centers remain the way I have just mentioned earlier. But now a free kick for Amazons, and Alani Jumoke will take that one. Amina Bello had it. Here comes Jonathan Karomobe. Well, it is going to be Ijoma Uzoma who comes out to collect that one. 6 more minutes to the regulation time. Amazons through Oluchi Ohaigbolam. See Oluchi now. Sends the ball in, trying to fight Janeth. Hikoromo way. But I mean, Bello is just around. And she gets the ball. Oh, my world. What a disappointing strike with her left foot. Oh, my days.
Really disappointing.
What was that?
And you can see that Amazons are rightfully thinking about how much this might be those chances that might end up costing them the title, because they've had 3 very beautiful chances in the final 30 minutes of this game, and surprisingly it comes to players who you expect to strike the ball better and still yet to get a goal in this game. And surprisingly, because in the last 10 minutes we thought I would have gotten at least 1 goal in this game based on the chances that Nasarawa Amazon have gotten. Edo Queens are now soaking in all the pressure, and so far it looks like the title might just be going to Yanagwa the way it stands.
Might just be going to Yanagwa. They are the only team that represented Nigeria well on the continent in the CAF Women's Champions League. They did get themselves a bronze medal as the best Nigerian team. Rivers, Edo made it to the semi-finals. Rivers group stage. Delta did not qualify at all after losing out in the qualifiers.
In the waffle.
Yeah.
Well, whoever wins today represents Nigeria at the Waffle B tournament that will be happening in Côte d'Ivoire, and will have a chance to represent Nigeria if they can qualify from there on the continent to play the Women's Champions League. And after that,
here goes Nasarawa again. It is Chinela Kikuruma way. She has the ball still. She's going, trying to get the ball into the area. Gets past to Sene. Miracle will not let that happen. Sene will clear. Back again to Amazons, who reclaim possession. It is still the Amazons. Oh, the ball being stolen by the water. Alani Jumoka delivers the cross into the area. Finding Jeanette again. But the referee says there is a free kick there. Yusuf Bemisola. She's held that ground today. 4 minutes to the 90. And Bayosa will be excited wherever they are if this ends the way it does. But oh, here we go. Bello. Bello has the ball. A strike to the side netting. Bello should do better. Joy. Bello
she should be doing better right there. I thought that she'll be able to hold that ball and, of course, try to wait for other members of her team to get into the box, because it looks like a really fast-paced ball that she definitely should. I don't think she would have scored from that angle at the pace the ball was going. Cross the ball would have been better there, and you can see the frustration from even the home fans, who are fans of Remo Stars, who are watching this game, also thinking that maybe we can get our winner from this particular pitch.
Well, we are yet to get a winner here, or anything at all from this game. Not a goal so far. But the other centers still the way they were. By also 4, Nigeria Raptors 1, Rivers 2, Remo Stars 1. Other change, as of course, it is going to be.
That will be Mary Mamudu, who will be coming off.
Yeah,
and making way. Yeah, for Amarachu Odoma.
Odoma, yeah. Amarachu Odoma comes in to replace her there. Mary hasn't been the starter for the team. But here goes Nasarawa. But then it's going to be the keeper who comes out to collect. Marachi Odoma came in to replace Mary Mahmoudou earlier on. The throw-in this time for Amazons. Throw-in done. Eduna has it in the midfield. Ball into trying to find Goodness Osigwe, now cleared out. Amazons now still has it. Couple of seconds to the 90. A throw-in for Edo Queens. The title might just be on its way to Bayelsa. And I am sure that if you're watching this anywhere, this might not be what you thought would happen on the final day, because, well, maybe you did, because I did. I did think that they had the easiest of fixture, and I think they could use that to their advantage. And here they are doing the same thing, White Abundance girls, taking that to their advantage, having to play one of the weakest teams in this competition, Joy.
And it's really, really amazing that we couldn't even get at least a goal. Even if they were going to play out a draw, I was expecting us to get at least a score draw in this game. But with the kind of talent that both teams pose, it's surprising that with 90 minutes done and 3 minutes to be added, we see chase for our first goal in this game, if we're going to get any at the end of the day.
Whatever is happening here might just have opened the door for Bayelsa Queens to reclaim a crown, the last one, 2021-2022 season. Edo, here they come. Amazons will clear. Isa with a flying ball in or out of her lines. Isa again tries to send the ball out for her teammate in there, in Amina Bello. Amina has it. Amina Bello now still in and around, trying to get past Miracle Luseni. Goes back to finding Jumoke Alani to Bello. Bello trying to find Jumoke again. Jumoke wins it. Oh, it's going to be a throw-in for Amazons.
Seeing that Amina Bello has been a player who has gotten a lot of those runs, gotten very good chances for Nasarawa Amazons, but she's not been able to be effective on the flanks as you expect her to be. And it's really, really sad that this is how they might end this game, with the title just in front of them, but they will not be able to touch it.
Well, here comes the shot in. Oh, but wasn't properly controlled by Omasui, who was in the 18-yard box on Max at the time. But they will not relent. Ibokwe now sends the ball to Wakwa. Here goes Janet Akakoroma away. Janet crosses the ball in. Oh my world, glances past the goalpost.
And that would have taken the title to Lafia.
That might just have been what they needed to get the title back home. But that would not go in, as the girls of Lafia will try again. They do not look like they are one player down, the way they approach this game against Edo. They've done that before too. Playing like they had all their team complete. That was Bayelsa, of course, against Bayelsa.
Against Bayelsa, yes.
One player down. Oh, that was a chance.
Well, 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds to go here. And it's still goalless. Bayelsa, wherever they are, might be thanking their gods.
Pray to their gods, actually.
Feature, yeah. Yeah, they go again. Oh. Timaka Alani could not hold it. It is almost that time. It's almost there. We're waiting for Yusuf Gabisola to blow the final whistle as the time is near. Really, really close now. It is already 3 minutes in, while we are waiting for her now to come up with the final whistle. But here goes Edo, trying to restart something here. Cleared out Amazon. And of course, it ends a stalemate here in Ikene between Nasarawa Amazons versus Edo Queens. And of course, it proves costly for the girls from Lafia. Nasarawa and Edo needed more than a draw here. And depending on what's happening in the other two games, this has opened the door for Bayelsa Queens to walk through and take their title. Joy, I saw this coming. I knew that was going to be a difficult task against Edo Queens. And indeed, it just was it. As it ends goalless here between Amazons and the Most Stars leaders. Oh my days, they will rule those chances that they missed, Joy.
Definitely. Christopher Damjuma's girls had it poised in front of them there, but they faced a very difficult opposition in Edo Queens, the former champions, would say right now, because it is definitely definitely going to Yanagwa. Yanagwa with the Prosperity Girls in Biosar Queens missed it a very, very slim chance on the final day right now, but it's their turn to laugh as they've won it on the final day also with a 4-1 win against Nigeria. So although that has not been concluded yet, but we're expecting that nothing is going to be anything that happens in that game will be inconsequential right now as they are seconds also from the end of the game. But the game that we've witnessed here in the main bowl of the Remo Star Stadium between National Amazons and Edo Queens, it was National Amazons just a win, just one goal win over Edo Queens, and you have it back in
full time, of course. I mean, it is National Amazons nil, Edo Queens nil. They, of course, went unbeaten so far in this competition, Super 6 here, but ended up going home without the title that they came here for.
I mean, it was them to do the unbeaten in the Super 6, but I think that Biosar Queens will care less about that. After they lost to Edo Queens on match day 4, they made sure that they went back to regroup and decided to take the bull by the horn on the final day, and we even got our very first hat-trick of this competition on the final day from Edo or from Biosar Queens. So yes, it is still Biosar still playing 4-1, and of course Edo Queens have ended this one for Nigeria. I mean, they're not going to retain the title. They ensured that National Amazons were never going to take the title home, and they did their South Steel Stars a favor by holding National Amazons to a goalless draw. You can see the National Amazons girls right now on the pitch, Edo Queens on the pitch, and it has ended for them here, and we're waiting seconds confirmation from National Amazons, from Biosar Queens versus Nigeria Tales, for us to get the full-time whistle right there, and of course to tell you that it has come to an end in that one. And yes, confirmation, yes. Full-time, it's Biosar Queens 4, Nigeria Tales 1, and that automatically means that Biosar are champions of the
2024-2025 end of year Premiership champions. Goes to Biosar Queens, who of course will finish on the standings with 10 points after their 4-1 victory over Nigeria Rattles. And in second comes in Nasarawa Amazons with 9 points. Edo Queens will see themselves in 8th with 8 points. And of course, Rivers, who we thought were going to finish 5th, leapfrog Remo to 4th place. 7 points, same points with Remo Stars, who of course thought that they could get the job done against the team from Port Harcourt. And Rattles will end the day still searching for their victory. They will try again probably next season as well, which is going to be even tougher than what we saw this season. After 20 teams, so we're competing in that competition next season.
Of course, and the competition we had from match day 1 till the very end. A beautiful, beautiful outplay of football right here in Ikene.
Players having a say, right to the referee or what they think. But referee did her job. There was nothing that they could have done. You had your chances. You didn't take them. And then there are shouts here and there. Whatever happens doesn't happen. As it is, we are going to be seeing the team from Biosar being crowned champions after the 4-1 victory over the girls from Abuja, Nigeria Rattles. What a day it was. Fans coming out to cheer their own team, but their team couldn't do enough to win that. Well, it ends in all centers. Here, the future game, goalless between Nasarawa Amazon versus Edo Queens. Biosar 4, Nigeria Rattles 0, Rivers Angels 2, Remo Stars 1. And that's how it ends here until we get to see our champions being crowned. Full time across all centers, you can see champions. The team that will go home with a 10 million naira has to be Biosar Queens, after getting the job done. Oh, what a time for White Ogbunda. He finally wins it with Biosar Queens after trying last season with Rivers Angels.
Deservedly, for a team that went the entire season unbeaten the regular season, only to lose just one in the Super Six. That means in 19 games played, they lost just once. They're deserved champions, and I mean, it's time for them to smile again in Yenogwa after missing the opportunity to do it in front of home fans. Talking about Bielsa Queens. Also on the final day, it was snatched away from their hands, but it's time for them to come back here on this stage, and they've done it. They've gone all the way from the very first day in the NWFL regular season to the final day in the NWFL Premiership Super 6. They've done it. The Prosperity Girls of Bielsa. Congratulations, Bielsa Queens. You guys have made yourself, you've made your state, you've made your teammates, you've made everyone who have supported you, your fans, you've made them proud. And you can see the medals, you can see the trophies, you can see the awards that will be going to players, officials, and of course exceptional talents we saw this season. That is the 2024-2025 NWFL Premiership season, both the regular season and of course the Super 6.
Nasarawa will rue their chances. However, the highest goal scorer didn't come from the champions. It came from Remo Stars latest, Olamide Bolaji, who will end the league season with 15 goals. Unfortunately, she couldn't get those goals to tie or even surpass Ojima's goals scored, which are the highest goals we've seen so far in the NWFL in the history of the league.
Yes, but maybe she'll be proud of herself, and of course, I'm sure that her teammates, her coach, Webimo Matthew, and every other person who has helped her get to this particular achievement. I mean, no one saw Remo Stars qualifying for the Super 6 when they were coming into the season. They're saying that narrowly avoided relegation last season, and they came into this season and got into competition only to finish second, just behind Edo Queens in Group A. They went on to qualify for the Super 6. Coming into this one, a player like Bolaji Olamide did so well by getting 14 goals to propel them into this stage, getting that debut at an NWFL Super 6. So yes, she might have not surpassed Ojima's record, but she is definitely the highest goal scorer, with the likes of Janet, who had a late surge in the Super 6 with 4 goals scored in this ground. She came in with 9 goals, scored 4 goals to get to 13, couldn't meet or surpass Olamide. So Olamide can hold her head up high and say, yes, we got to the Super 6. We did so well. We defeated teams like Edo Queens and all. I mean, we are not like Nigeria Rattles, who have played 2 editions of the Super 6 and have not gotten a win. They got 2 wins on this ground, and yes, she can hold that particular individual accolade in the highest goal scorer of the season and say, yes, I've won this. And I mean, I'm sure that she will definitely be having her name written in the history books of Nigerian women's club football. Bolaji Olamide.
Well, we await for the champions to be given their medals and given their check. We're looking at the teams out here as the trophy remains in the South once again. It has always been there. Rivers defending their title last in the 2020-2021 season. Bielsa winning it again from them. Then came Delta, came Edo, and now returns to Bielsa, still in the South. The title is. A big congratulations to the Prosperity Girls from Bielsa, who got the job done by winning 4 goals to 1. They knew that goals, it could come down to goals. They knew that if Nasarawa Amazons had scored in this game, that would have been business over. But they held their ground, got the job done. And here they are, about to be crowned champions of the 2024-2025 NWFL season. Out here at the Remo Star Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State. White Obunda will be very elated with how it has ended for his team tonight. While Tosin Blankson will take his girls back to Port Harcourt and regroup, get themselves back, and see what they can do next season. And you could hear the girls screaming, the champions, the new coming champions, incoming champions. Happy with how it has ended for them. You can see the players. Sorry?
You want to check before you put it on there, if it's correct.
Yes, correct. These are the players of Bielsa. Bielsa Queens, you can see them in a jubilant disposition here. Excited that they have won the league. They have reclaimed the title, the last one, 2021-2022 season. And this is how the standing looks to confirm that Bielsa Queens will be crowned champions after their 4-1 demolition of Niger Rattles. They did, of course, get 10 points. Niger Rattles will see themselves second with 9 points. Edo Queens, of course, 8 points and in third place. As Rivers Angels eventually finished fourth with 7 points. Their most stars ladies couldn't hold their own, finished fifth to 7 points. While Niger Rattles still with no points, lost all 5 games in this competition and accumulated minus 9 goals. 9 goals conceded by the girls from Abuja. And that is just a statement that the Bielsa side needed to put themselves out there as champions of the Nigeria Women's Football League, the top flight edition. Vera Samuel getting a hat-trick, the first hat-trick, in fact, the first and only hat-trick of the NWFL Super 6. What a way that went in favor of Bielsa. We're waiting for the girls to be handed their medals. Their medals will be coming in handy. While we're waiting for the medal presentation, the girls and their coach from Bielsa, White Obunda, in jubilant mood.
ready for the medal presentation. We're waiting for you. Nasarawa Amazons, Edo Queens, and champion-select Bielsa Queens. Please get yourselves together. And we are pleading with the officials of this team to get the girls together as we are about to begin the medal presentation, please. They've not been crowned now. They've not been crowned now. Calm down. Which us? Who's yours? 19 games played this season, just one defeat, both in the regular season and in the Super 6. Their only defeats this season coming against Edo Queens, but they will not deter, they will hang on, and on the very final day, the Prosperity Girls will hereby prosper, and it's going back to Yanagwa after they missed out on winning it right there at home last season. The side led by White Ogbonda are finally champions. And this would be the 6th time Bayelsa would be lifting this revered NWFL Premiership title, this trophy, and they'll be doing it for the very first time on the Red Monster Stadium ground here in Ikene. They had to go past teams like Nasarawa, Edo Queens, Red Monsters Ladies, Rivers Angels, and of course Nigeria Tels to do this. Finishing top of Group B, they will travel all the way from the Rivarian state of Bayelsa down to the southwestern state of Ogun, to the town in Ikene on the Rema Star Stadium pitch, and that is where they are going to do it. This also means that this is a team that will be representing Nigeria at the next season qualifiers at the Nwfl B that will be happening in Cote d'Ivoire. Joyous times in Yanagwa. Happy times in Bayelsa. What a way to win it. It all came down to the final day, match day 5 of the Super 6. And you can see on your screens, as you can see on the pitch, the Prosperity Girls have indeed prospered. They are champions. They have triumphed. They have won. And while we wait for the mother of Ogun State, the wife of the governor, who is currently on our way, it pleases me to announce that everybody here is a winner. All 6 teams have participated, would not be going home empty-handed. Whether you're Nigeria Tels from Abuja, Nasarawa Amazons from Lafia, Edo Queens from the ancient city of Benin, Rivers Angels of Port Harcourt, Rema Stars, the host team, and of course, the champions who are guaranteed 10 million naira for winning, are all going home with something. So yes, everybody is going to be honored today. So make sure that all players from your team Bielsa Queens. Now, if you're watching from home, it's been five amazing days of football, top football from the top flight league of the NWFL Premiership, where we had 6 teams compete, and coming into the final day, we had 4 teams who had a shot at winning it, but at the end of 90 minutes plus added time across 3 venues, 3 pitches in this stadium, it is going to be Bielsa Queens who would win it, who would take it, and will be winning their 6th championship. Now 1 behind Rivers Angels. The 6 teams who competed here in Ikene in no particular order: Rivers Angels, Remo Stars Ladies, Niger Rattles, Nasarawa Amazons, Edo Queens, and Bielsa Queens. In Group A, we had Edo Queens finish top of that group. They were defending champions from last season, closely followed by debutants in the Super 6, Rema Stars Ladies, and third was Nasarawa Amazons. And in Group B, eventual champions Bielsa Queens with an unbeaten regular season topped Group B. Rivers Angels finished second, and of course Niger Rattles on the very final day beat teams like FC Robo to make it here to the championship playoffs in Ikene. Match day 1. First match of the day, Nasarawa Amazons came back to defeat Niger Rattles by 2-1. We saw Bielsa Queens defeat Rivers Angels by 1-0. And the home team, the host team, stunned Edo Queens by a lone goal to win that one by 1-0. Remo Stars Ladies. And with that, we knew we had a competition in our hands. Match day 2 came. It was Rema Stars Ladies who went on to defeat Niger Rattles by a lone goal. Nasarawa Amazons played out a 1-0 draw against Bielsa Queens, and Rivers Angels will play out a 1-0 draw against Edo Queens. Match day 3 came. We saw Edo Queens pick up their first win by defeating Niger Rattles by 2-0. Nasarawa Amazons defeated Rivers Angels by 2-1, and Bielsa Queens defeated Remo Stars Ladies by 2-0. Onward to match day 4, the penultimate match day. We saw suffered their first loss of the season against Edo Queens, who won by a lone goal. A goal courtesy Goodness Osigwe. Rivers Angels got their first win of this championship playoffs, defeating Nigeria Rattlers by 2-0, and Remo Stars Ladies played out a goalless draw against Nasarawa. And that meant we would wait until match day 5, today, the finals, to find out who among 4 teams in Nasarawa, Edo Queens, Bayelsa Queens, and of course Rebel Stars Ladies, who had to jostle it out today, match day 4, to get our eventual champion. And thoughts were the results at the end of full time in 4 venues. Remo Stars lost to Rivers Angels by 2-1. Edo Queens held Nasarawa to a goalless draw. And of course, champions, or will I say champions elect, Bayelsa Queens defeated Nigeria Rattlers by 4-1. Well, news reaching us right now that the representative of the wife of the governor of Ogun State is right with us here in the stadium. The representative of the First Lady of Ogun State is here, and we'll begin the medal presentation ceremony shortly. It's Bayelsa's world, it's Bayelsa's Queen's world, and we're living in it. And now, we've gotten to the business end of this championship playoffs. It's time for accolades. It's time for special recognition of hard work, of dedication, of resilience. And right here on the Remo Stars Stadium ground in Ikene, we'll be honoring excellence, honoring success, honoring sportsmanship. Because remember, I told you that everyone here is living with something. No one who came to the Super 6 playoffs is going home empty-handed. So Nigeria Rattlers of Abuja, Nasarawa Amazons of Lafia, Rivers Angels of Port Harcourt, Bayelsa Queens of Yenagoa, Edo Queens from the ancient city of Benin, and of course, Remo Stars Ladies, the host team, whose ground we saw the best of top life football in the NWFL Premiership. And it gives me utmost pleasure to welcome with us and having our presence here, the First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, who is making her way to the pitch as we begin medals presentation ceremony. And we're starting with the referees, the ladies who have marshaled the center and the four walls of the stadium or the pitches as each match, each venue, these ladies are here, or we're here to ensure that games went down professionally and they'll be getting medals. So first of all, a round of applause for our referees here from different parts of Nigeria. For a job well done. Now all the teams should please file out on the pitch.
All right, about now we are looking at, of course, the governor's wife of the Ogun State governor's wife here as well to hand over the medals to the teams. Earlier, referees have seen their medals. They went through and got their medals. Next up will be Edo Queens, who came out third on the table, on the log, after playing out a goalless draw in this very competition, in this very game against Nasarawa Amazons. It is, of course, members of the board members of the NWFL, that's the Nigerian Women's Football League, standing there to give out the medals to Edo Queens, who came out third on the table, after playing out a goalless draw against Nasarawa Amazons. They, of course, didn't stand well as, of course, Kunle Soname, the owner of Ramo Stars. His facility, amazing facility it was. And here we are, getting to see Edo Queens being given their own medals for coming in third. They couldn't defend their title this time out, unfortunately for them. And you can imagine how frustrated they are. They wanted to win it all. They fought hard, but it just wouldn't come for them. And that is exactly how it went for the Edo side. Moses Aduku thought he would come here and win it all, but then it wasn't his day, and they will try again as it comes. They missed out narrowly to Bayelsa Queens, who are the 2024-2025 NWFL champions. But they should be proud of what they have done. They did fight hard. They did wanted to win it all, but unfortunately, they couldn't get the goal needed to keep them in the game, to get one over Amazons and push Bayelsa all the way through. Well done to the Adobe side. They have done well. That is Nkechi Obi, of course, the chairperson of the league. And then there is, of course, the governor's wife and the board members of the NWFL alongside Kunle Soname. Right about now, we are about to welcome second place finishers, the team who went unbeaten in the Super 6, Nasarawa Amazons. They, of course, had a comeback against Nigeria in their first game. Played out a goalless draw, played out a draw against Bayelsa. Went on, of course, to defeat Rivers by 2-1. They also thought that it was over and done with when they put out a draw against Remo Stars. And here they thought that they would be able to get the job done finally against Edo Queens. But that wouldn't be the case. Jumoke Alani has been in tears the entire time. She saw the title, but she couldn't get it. Shukura Bakari, the goalkeeper for Rattles, of course, gave a good shift. Well, it still wasn't good enough for her team. As Samson Keshi, who of course was red carded, couldn't get it all. As it is. At about now, that is the picture of Edo Queens who came out third. Whether they defended their crown or not, happy moments for them. Right about now, it is of course the champions to be crowned at this point. Bayelsa Queens are going in to get their medals. It is Bayelsa Queens who last won it in the 2021-2022 season. And here they go to collect their medals for, of course, getting the job done against Nigeria Rattles. 4-1. It took them, of course, to get there. And when they did, Vera Samuel ensured that she got the only hat trick of the Super 6 out here in Ikene. And that was all that they needed. The title it is. And there they went. Well, Bayelsa White Ogunda must be so elated with how it all panned out for him and for his girls. Well, here comes, of course, our champions as we await champions. Well, we get to look at the fact that Olamide Bolaji was the highest goal scorer of the regular season with 15 goals. But then it is what it is, as Bayelsa will be crowned champions of the 2024-2025 season. Right about now, Bayelsa about to be crowned. As it stands, Gina Way also getting our own goals here. But here we are. Bolaji Olamide will be getting the highest goal scorer gong after, of course, finishing the regular season with 15 goals to her name. And Rivers Bayelsa Queens Monle Money will be given the clean sheet gong for going unbeaten this season. Yeah, as well, which of course is great times for them. We're looking at the awards being given to the players who were excellent during the regular season and of course the playoffs. We can see the girls, the Prosperity Girls of Bayelsa, standing and waiting for their names to be called to get their own crown. They got the job done, and that's all that matters. They went in deep, they fought hard, they got the gong, and that is what it is. You can see also the Commissioner for Sports of Bayelsa State, Daniel Ligali, also there to give his girls medals as they are up there. That is how it's been. While we await for the champions to be called to be given their medals, Bayelsa Queens 2024-2025 NWFL champions, Bayelsa Queens, who are about to be crowned and seconds away from receiving their medals. Here they go for going the regular season unbeaten, 14 matches unbeaten, They only have lost once this season to Edo Queens here in the Super 6, and they got the job done. The job that they thought they would get easily done. But no, that wasn't the question. They pushed, they fought, they scored valuable goals. And of course, that has sent them here as it comes. Bayelsa Queens will be snatching that trophy of Edo Queens. And they will represent the country, Nigeria, at the Nwfl B qualifiers. And if they do win that, of course, they will qualify for the CAF Women's Champions League. And after that, if they end up winning that, they will also represent the country on in the global stage, on the global stage, where it is a FIFA Club World Cup, Women's World Cup, where they're going to be playing countries and clubs from other countries. Bayelsa are also the only team from Nigeria to have done well on the continent after, of course, winning bronze with the late Dumo Okara. He took them all the way, and here they are. Well, we are about to see the champions lift their trophy. The champions are about to receive their trophy at this point in time. And then it's all glory, glory, glory to the Prosperity Girls. Prosperity Girls who fought hard, who ensured that they got the job done. They will be crowned the 2024-2025 NWFL Premiership champions after Edo Queens, who could not defend the crown here. Oh yes, that's the captain of Bayelsa Queens. Blessing Abiola Ilebida. Ilebida carrying the trophy to celebrate with her team. And as they are about to do that, Bayelsa Queens, of course, are the 2024-2025 NWFL Premiership champions. The team, the only team to have gone unbeaten in the regular season. They got here, lost only once to Edo Queens, who finished third. They snatched this trophy from the jaws of defeat from Nasarawa Amazons, who were poised to win it. But here they are, White Obunda will be elated to have won the crown. I know you can see what it means for the players, what it means for the fans of Bayelsa, and what it means for the NWFL. A difficult competition they came, and they saw and they conquered out here in Ikene. And that is how we will be crowning them champions for today, for this season. And from the Remo Star Stadium out here in Ikene, we say thank you very much for watching. Whether you streamed, whether you watched also from start times, thank you. As we, of course, will return next season when the NWFL season will kick off. Good night.